another episode of Catch That, where we get to have conversations with music lovers, people in the music industry, sometimes our friends, about albums, artists, eras of R&B. I am Naturally Elise, and that is my brother.
JR.
And we are the R&B representatives. And today we are welcoming back, but for the first time on our regular Catch That, Mr. Keith Burroughs. And he is a music lover. I'm going to go ahead and call him a historian because he be schooling me.
Mm-hmm.
Own it. And he's also an artist and does a lot of other things. And we'll let him talk a little bit about that at the end of the show. But hey, Keith.
Hey now, what's happening to the R&B reps in the building?
We just chilling.
Hey, I know. I love it. Man. Thank y'all for letting me come back, and this time to talk about an album, not just a song, but an album.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Oh, but no, it's good to see y'all.
Likewise, brother. Well, we're gonna have JR tell us what we're talking about, but then we will have Keith tell us why he picked this album, and then we're gonna jump right into things.
Okay, so like we said, Keith has done 2 episodes of Catch That. And one y'all haven't seen just yet, but the last one he was on, he said, "Yo, I want to come on and talk about an album." So we said, "Well, what album you want to talk about?" He said he wants to talk about Blackstreet, Another Level. So we're gonna get into that, but we're gonna explain to us why you picked this album. Like, why did you want to talk about it?
I wanted to pick Another Level from Blackstreet because I feel that I have a connection to it, especially around the time that it was originally released. And I just remember myself and some of my good friends that are also music lovers and artists within their own right, just vibing to the album, just singing along and, thinking that we're harmonizing and, what I'm saying, unofficially becoming a group, but you know what I mean? Just enjoying the album as a whole. And while, Blackstreet's debut album to me is also very dope, Another Level for me has more of a connection because of that. And, I have always respected and appreciated Teddy Riley's production. And I feel that on this album, he really showed off and was in his prime at the time.
Okay, so I know you said that you enjoyed the debut, but
yes.
When did you really get into Blackstreet? Like, what was the song that really caught your attention for you to get to Another Level?
Well, I saw what you did there. I like that. Well, I definitely will say the first album, but before that, I know that as a group, Blackstreet premiered on the CB4 soundtrack with Baby Be Mine.
Yes, sir.
And as we all know, I feel that Blackstreet is the modern version of the Temptations because they would change members quite often.
That was good. Because I was like, man, keep going with this.
Only because they change members quite often. Because if you think about it, with Baby Be Mine from CB4, not the album version.
Talk about it.
On CB4, if I'm not mistaken, the members were Levi Little, Joseph Stonestreet, Teddy Riley, Dave Hollister, and Chauncey, excuse me.
Yeah.
Dave Hollister didn't come on until the first album.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
And Levi.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. And the group actually was originally going to be called Stonestreet.
Yes.
Right? Because of Joseph Stonestreet, which I'm like, okay, how's it's going to be called after his last name and it's like 4 or 5 members. You know what I'm saying? But I feel that's neither here nor there. It ended up being Blackstreet. It went from Stonestreet to Blackstreet.
It made it black because that was Chauncey's nickname, and so they put it together.
Hello. That was smart. Hello.
True.
Remember when Kanye said, he said, remember Chauncey? He was black as the street was.
Oh snap! I forgot about that, yo.
Oh yeah!
Oh, wow.
I was hoping I was going to get to
wow.
say that during the episode. I'm glad I got it in early.
See, I caught that, yo. Oh, that's hilarious. So yeah. So for me, that was the introduction as far as the group. And then for the first album, I appreciated the singles, you know, Booty Call, Joy, Before I Let You Go, and even Tonight's the Night. I like the original version, and the remix with Craig Mack to me was dope, but I think I like the original version of Tonight's the Night a little more. Because to me, it just had more of like a, you know, just a slow jam feel to it. And I felt like they shined a lot, especially on that first album with the ballads and the slow jams. Woo, like Happy Home and Falling in Love Again. I love Dave's performance on that one.
And then Joy from that album is a classic record to me.
Yes.
That song still sounds so fresh. The singing on it is immaculate. The harmonies, the production, like that's a like perfect song to me, Joy.
Absolutely.
It's just a great it's just straight R&B, nothing to it. You know what I'm saying? And Levi sounds so great on it. Let him lead. Oh my God. And just to think that what you said?
I said perfect choice for lead.
Hello.
Dave or something on it. It would have took away from the song of the emotion that song was supposed to evoke. Have that type of voice, that tone on that record.
Yeah, and just to think that Michael was gonna get that record.
Right. I was just thinking about that too. Yeah. And I think Michael would have sounded.
He would have did epic on it.
Great on that. Yeah,
he'd have ate that.
Oh yeah, he'd have ate that for Whoo, what?
Yeah. But for Blackstreet to
singing.
Yes.
And
he got like that butterfly type.
Sis, I was about to say that, yes.
Woo. Man.
That was
He'd have killed that. That's why it was great choice for him. Because before I let you go, is Dave was that was his record. You know what I mean? Perfect choice for the lead. That was his record. It wouldn't have been great if Levi would have did that. Because you needed that extra growl, that church. You know what I'm saying? That's what I love about Dave. Because for me and Elise kind of go back and forth with this sometimes. She likes the original Baby Be Mine.
Right.
I like the one with David Hollister. He come in on it. Like he come in letting y'all know I'm from the church. You know what I'm saying? Like he yes, I'm come from with, you know, in the back where the fish dinners is being made. Like
that's right.
You know what I mean? Like he's that dude. Like he's that guy. And how he came in on it and then the beat just come in. But it's just like they picked the right stuff for the right leads. Because I wouldn't have want Chauncey for either one of them, and we're gonna get into that. But but yes, but that first I'm glad, Keith, you gave it a little shine because I was telling y'all off air. To me, it seemed like a lot of people bashed the original Blackstreet album. It's like they act like that never existed. They go right into another level, which is great. I get it. You know, if that's gonna be your favorite, fine. But if we didn't get Before I Let You Go, Enjoy, and Booty Call, and Tonight's the Night, and Make It Wet, and all these Fall in Love Again, and all of these joints, there wouldn't have been no another level. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't have been that. So I'm like, y'all can't dismiss that debut. You might not like it. And again, music is subjective. You might not like it, but you gotta actually respect it because you wouldn't have got your favorite album that you enjoy. You know what I mean? So I'm just glad you gave, you know, the original, you know, the the debut is love, because I love the debut. I go up for it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a fan of it. You know what I mean? But
absolutely. And I think the debut and Another Level can go neck and neck. Although I do believe the debut album is a little more edgy than Another Level. Just even with the content and just them having more featured rappers on the first album, like who did they have on there? Was it Nutter Butter and
shit? They was rapping they damn selves.
You know what I'm saying? They was rapping themselves too. So
yeah,
you know, I think the first album was Test the Waters experience, and I felt they did great with that. Because I mean, of course, everybody knew who Teddy Riley was at that time, but they didn't know the group Blackstreet per se.
He was coming out of another group and another group
and another group. You know what I'm saying? And it seemed like I think some of the songs on that first album could have worked for Guy had it been the case. Like what's that one joint?
Which one?
Where they kind of interpolate Outstanding. What is it called?
Shit.
You Blow My Mind.
Yes. That's right after Baby Be Mine. Like, what the duh.
Yeah, because I think like that could have been dope for Guy if that was meant to be. You know what I mean? But like the ballads though, I feel like you guys were saying, they picked the right people to do the leads. Like Joy, Levi was super dope on Day with Before I Let You Go, and you know, Chauncey was sprinkled here and there because he was part of the group. But anyway,
but speaking of that,
there's
so many groups just throughout history, period. But a lot in the 90s to where you only had one lead.
Right.
That's true.
Feature where they might let somebody sneak up on a bridge, or they might get in one like deep album cut or something like that. We don't get, and it's not that whole groups out couldn't sing. It's just about who was given the opportunity.
That's true. That's true.
Good point.
I will say in the 90s groups, for the most part, all the members could sing.
Oh yeah. I agree. And I mean, joking around.
I just carry a tune, but like all of them actually could sing, you know?
Right.
Even Teddy. And I mean, look, I was just thinking about this too, how on the first album and the second album, like how Booty Call was the I guess lead single from the first album, Teddy was singing lead on it, right? I felt that made sense for him. He wouldn't be on, I think, A Joy or Before I Let You Go. You know what I mean? And I feel the same way about the lead single from Another Level, which everybody knows.
Okay.
But that's
went there. Yeah, we're gonna go there. I'm glad you said it, because so we're getting into, so now we know that they got this new single out and it's No Diggity. When you heard this record, what did you think, Keith?
Okay. I wasn't blown away by it when it first came out. I'm not blown away by it now. I respect the importance of it and I understand it. But if I didn't have to hear it for a long time or even again at all, I'd be fine with that too. Just because they played it so much.
And you know what? The thing is I have a love-hate relationship with it. The song, okay, it's fine. Like I don't have to hear it again. I wasn't excited about it.
Right.
If it comes on, I'm gonna sing along, whatever. It's a fun song, but
exactly,
it's a fun song, and especially if you're in a group of a lot of people, because it's a song everybody knows.
Right.
So, but I respect the song, because if it wasn't for that song, I don't even think nobody would even heard of this album. It might have went double dust instead of 4 platinum.
You're right.
I agree.
And Teddy Riley said that. He was in an interview back in 2013, and he said, when I heard the whole album, we didn't have a single at all. He was like, we didn't have that signature single that will carry this album. And we needed that. And he said, the fellas didn't even like it. Honestly, they didn't like it. That's why he's singing the first verse. Because they did not like the record at all. But Teddy knew we needed this record for this album. Like,
I agree.
What a song. I like how Teddy's singing it. That made the song. You couldn't have nobody that was a singer singing that first part. You needed somebody with attitude.
Exactly.
What Teddy has, he has attitude, he has personality all day, every day. Like, you can't take that away from him.
Okay.
He has attitude and he has personality.
Okay, Jimmy Jam, friend. Okay, Jimmy Jam, friend. Because Jimmy Jam said that about Janet. He said she came on and people, like, they knew Janet had attitude. So they brought her attitude into the song. And that's what you needed for No Diggity. You needed attitude because you damn sure didn't need a voice at all.
Say that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't at all. You know what I mean? So that, come on, Jimmy Jam, friend.
Yeah.
But,
and like to the point that Elise was saying earlier, as far as like how everyone in the group can sing, like, it's not that Teddy can't hold a note or that he can't sing. I feel that for No Diggity, it made sense for him to lead the song and then have Eric come in and do the second verse, because it's not that Eric can't sing, because he shows that throughout the album that, you know, he got vocals. But for that particular song, you don't need runs. You don't need all the extra. Like Elise said, it's a fun song. It's called No Diggity. So that should tell you that it's fun. You know what I'm saying? He's like, they saying, I like the way you work it. No doubt. You know what I'm saying? No diggity. I like to bag it up. I thought they were talking about groceries, but obviously they wasn't. But I'm just saying, it's all good though. And then you got Dr. Dre coming in with a verse. It's like Blackstreet, no creation of bump like acne, no doubt. They'll never stop. You know what I'm saying? And then you get shorty get down the law, baby got them all over town. And then you got Eric coming, she's got class and style. And then
nice little melody there.
You know what I'm saying? That whole thing. And then Queen Pen come out of nowhere.
That's my girl. That's Brooklyn.
It's like my pinch and we won't deep. City Blackstreet. What you know about me? You know what I'm saying? She was like, I'm gonna get on this joint.
Yeah. You know, but y'all know I have, like Elise, I have a love-hate for this song. When I heard it, because I love Bill Withers' Grandma's Hands.
Thank you.
I love that record.
Thank you.
It's a favorite of mine because I think about my grandmas. You know what I'm saying? Even then, you know what I'm saying? If I was able to have that ringtone on, no, I didn't have a cell phone then, so I couldn't do that. But so if I could have had a cell phone, then I would have. But I love that record. And the way, and it's kind of dear to me. So the way he used it on a stupid song, I was like,
right.
No diggity. You know what I'm saying? Nope. I'm like,
play on, play on.
It was on a stupid song. But I can't deny that shit sound dope.
Yeah.
Like, I want to deny it because that song irks my ever-loving nerve.
Yes.
However, comma, it's so catchy, and that's why you sing it when it come on, even though you might even try to stop yourself from singing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to sing one part, even if you just do the Queen Pen or the Dre, like it's some part of that song that's gonna resonate.
Oh yeah. When I went to the Blackstreet concert, like maybe a month ago, and you know, that's the record that they're gonna leave out on. You know what I mean? That's the signature record. So everybody like going crazy on it. And again, I have a love-hate for it. But then I found myself like, like I can't help it. Like it's crazy but it's fun. It's fun and you can sing along to it. You know what I mean? So
And I respect it for what it is. And like you said, JR, as far as them sampling Grandma's Hands, I didn't know that until much, much later, that it was a sample from Grandma's Hands. And then I didn't become familiar with the actual song until much later. So then I'm like, okay, yeah, they did flip that.
Yeah, I just
Real
heard
nice.
that.
You know what I'm saying?
I was like,
The production side was hella creative. Like
yeah,
that,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
you know how a lot of folks nowadays and some back then be lazy with a sample.
Mhm.
That is an example of not being lazy with a sample of actually
Right. True.
flipping something. And you flip this very serious, very sentimental song
Yeah,
on this bullshit song.
that's
And
true.
I have to give props because that took a lot of creativity to do that.
You
Now,
that's real. That's
yeah,
real.
for real.
That's
real.
a lot of creativity to put that on some bullshit. Cause it is some bullshit.
Now, the intro to the album cracks me up though. Before it gets to the actual first song, because it's like you got Chauncey and Teddy talking to each other. It's like, yo, Black, what's up, Street? Soup's ready. I know it's ready. Is the soup hot? Too hot. Then he's like, burning hot, crazy hot. Then he's like, what's in the soup? All the ingredients. It's like, you know, the kind of soup that your mama would make. I'm talking about the kind of soup that my mom made from projects, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, what soup you talking about, bro? I'm trying to listen to an album. You got me hungry. First off, y'all got me out here tripping, okay? They over here talking about soup. They ain't talking nothing about no food or nothing else throughout the rest of the album, but they gonna do that on the intro. Come on, son. And then they go into This Is How We Roll. Now, I will say, This Is How We Roll is a good intro for this album.
Absolutely.
I think so. And it's the song that, because the rest of the album don't sound like No Diggity, it's a good connector of something to kind of flow into
weaves
that.
into it. Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
It's the closest on the album to me to No Diggity, as far as just sonically.
Yeah. So it was great to open it. And then if you, because No Diggity, you're introduced to Eric, but you're not really you're interested in Mark. You are, because he comes in and after the bridge. One thing they did on this whole album, Mark was gonna come out of that bridge.
That's right.
Mark it didn't matter what song it was, they knew Mark is going to come out of this bridge. But with This Is How We Roll, I think this was where you kind of hear the magic of Eric and Mark to me with their harmonies. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like, ooh, now wait a minute. This ain't David and Levi, you know what I'm saying? But it's good. Because for me, I'm a big fan of David. So I'm like, when this album is out, I'm like, well, David ain't there no more. And I'm like, so how are we gonna get this church? You know what I'm saying? Like, well, how we gonna do this? You know what I'm saying? I'm hard on some new people. I'm hard on them. Like, how this gonna work? Right. You know what I'm saying? And then when them two came in and they sounded really great, and then Mark comes in after the bridge and just goes in, and then we all know what comes after that.
Yeah. Oh yes.
A good old horn.
Yes.
A good old one. Watch it. You're not gonna do it this episode. Nope. I'm not gonna let you. Nope.
Hey, yeah.
Are you aware? I'm just checking that JR loves horns. I don't know if you know, because some people don't know.
I mean, I wasn't
sure.
I
be forgetting.
I wasn't sure. I can't forget that JR
don't like it here at all.
I'm gonna say that every show. Thank you, Keith.
Oh God!
Forget the JR loves him some horn.
Yeah.
I hate y'all, but okay. But
moral of the story, JR loves horns. Let's keep on, bro.
Yes.
Yeah. But it was wailing. I was just saying it was wailing, and Mark was just flowing with it, and it was so great. And one thing they always did, because y'all know it always say, I don't know if that was Teddy saying it. It probably was. He was like, ladies and gentlemen, like he was saying throughout the rest. So that was Teddy. That always, because I always try to find something familiar. That reminds me of when Roy C. was on In Peace the President.
Yep, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah.
So that was my mind then. I was like, oh, yeah, okay. And you know Teddy Love impeached the president. I mean, come on,
Right.
this is hip hop period. So that was that. So I was like, okay, all
Because
right.
I believe right after No Diggity comes Fix.
Yeah. If you need a fix.
This.
Clap your hands, just clap.
Am I making
What's that?
this? It was another version, right?
Yeah,
Yes, with ODB.
Okay.
Mm.
I thought so.
And
I was
Slash.
thinking in my head, and I meant to look it up, and I was like, I remember there being another version. Okay.
Yeah, it was. It was. Now, with Fix, this always takes me back to Guy, like spending the night. Now, this is what Teddy can do on a song like this. It works. You know what I'm saying? Because again, this is another fun record. You know what I mean? It's fun. You know what I mean? To me, and the production is that. You know what I'm saying? And to me, this is like his spend the night in fantasy. To me, you know what I mean? And it's just like he's having fun with. It's fun. You know what I mean? Especially after coming, you need No Diggity, Jesus. But I mean, you want, you know what I'm saying? So you needed this for me, and I was just like, again, like Mark is blowing on this. And you know how people always say about the auto tune, right? And everybody had a problem with it and all this kind of stuff. Ain't nobody had a problem with Teddy Riley using the talk box on this album at all. Nobody was shitting on No Diggity when it came out, and nobody was shitting on it on a lot of this production. And nobody was doing when he was doing it with God. So that's why I'm like, to me, people use the auto-tune as an excuse. I'm about to get on my soapbox for a second. This is when people try to use, oh yeah, this is what hurt R&B and all this kind of stuff. But the problem is when Teddy was using it with him, he had a singer that was with it. So he was using the auto-tune for himself, but he had Aaron singing for life. You know what I'm saying? And then when you had him doing with this, you had Mark coming in singing for life. So you really didn't pay attention to the auto-tune like that. It sounded great. It was kind of like the cherry on top to me. You know what I mean? So that's how I just had to throw that in because I hate the narrative about auto-tune always ruining R&B, and that was the reason for it. Just like they doing that shit now with stupid ass Sean, but I'm gonna leave that alone. But yeah, since you know I could go there, but I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave. I said my piece, but I just do not like these narratives because this album he used the talk box, the whole damn shit, and we love it. So please, y'all, with these narratives that the up top people try to make y'all think, it ain't the way. So yes, but I do like it Fix though. So yeah, that was on my soapbox. Sorry.
No, I respect that. You know what I mean? And I like how Teddy interpolated the message.
Yes.
And he's really good, I feel, with doing interpolations as well as, of course, his original production. But when he gets into that bag of remaking or doing interpolations, he usually kills it. Like with Fix, I felt he did that. And even with the late great Heavy D with Is It Good to You with Mama Used to Say. You know what I mean? He put his own little flavor to it, but he still kept the authenticity of the original composition. You know what I mean?
He was not lazy.
No.
Yeah, that's one thing.
He was not
lazy.
He wasn't lazy. Because I'm telling you, you know, and this is the time where a group comes in, Elise's favorite group, y'all. They came in and they started doing production for a lot of people, and they were lazy to her. If you watch it, listen, if you watch this or you go on the episode of Apartment 5B, Elise goes in. You hear me?
Look.
And this is the time that the lazy production was starting to, this is 96. So this is when it's really getting lazy. Real lazy. People just using samples and just, that's it. They not being creative with it. You know what I'm saying? I love the Hitmen too, but some of them was doing it too.
Watch out now. So I know.
Yeah, that shit was lazy as fuck. I don't care. They made some classic songs, but it won't because of the production. It was because of the artists.
That part.
There you go.
There
There you
it
go.
is.
That's it.
Artists made it. It was an artist that could have put them on. They were such high level artists that you could have put them on anything, and they was going to find a way to shine.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Anyway, I digress.
Yeah. We go on our soapbox, but yeah. But yeah, Fix was a good record. I liked it.
Fix was dope. And I like how they started off the album with, you know, mid-tempo joints.
Mm-hmm.
And then after Fix, it starts kind of mellowing down. And the next few joints are some of my favorites on the album. Especially the next, I'd say 2, if I'm not mistaken, because it goes from Fix to, I think it's
Good Lovin'.
Good Lovin'. Yeah. So yeah.
I love Good Lovin'.
Mm-hmm.
I love how it comes in.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like,
yeah.
My mama told me.
Yeah.
It sounds good.
Chauncey sounded dope on that one. See, I think for him, that one fit.
You got to give him his prop. He was the voice that you needed for that to open that song. Because that's like, when I think about this album, I think of my mama told me.
There will be a day like this, and I was someone who would just knock me off my feet. That kind of woman.
Hey.
To me. Yeah. No, Chauncey was in his groove on that one. I like that.
And see, I'm real picky when it comes to Chauncey. I'll be real picky with him. Because sometimes I be thinking he be straining to me.
Yeah.
And then he go out of his range and it don't be sounding right. You know what I mean? Like on the Tonight's the Night remix with him and Coco. Coco ate his ass up bad. Bad. It was like, Chauncey, why you even, and then he trying to go that vocal battle with her. That was just wrong.
You don't do that.
Wrong. So I'm real iffy when it comes to Chauncey, but on this record, again, a straight R&B record.
It was.
And it works. You know what I'm saying? That nigga was begging. You hear me? Like he wanted that good loving. And it made sense. I wanted to hear a little bit of that strain, because you know it was real.
That good loving in the morning. Good loving in the evening time.
To where they sound almost like a choir in the background.
Yes.
I really enjoy it. I was thinking of my favorite, and I forgot to put Good Loving is fighting hard for favorite. It's not.
It's fighting.
Shout out to our brother Sin, because when I told him we was doing this tonight, he started singing Good Loving. Yeah.
Now,
that song made it just made me feel good, and I love the production on it.
Oh yeah, Teddy was in his bag. Yeah.
For sure.
It's unexpected.
Yeah. Oh.
And while I was trying to think of the song after Fix, I for a second forgot that it was Good Love. I was thinking of what comes after Good Love, which is
Let's Stay in Love. Baby. That's why when you mentioned Fall in Love, it said like, for me, this was part 2 of that.
Yes.
It was part 2. This is such a wedding song. Like, just the piano in the beginning was like, it's like you felt like, she gonna walk down the aisle and the doors open and it's just like everybody's like, ah, you know what I'm saying?
But you know what that song?
What?
I have mixed feelings on it. Sometimes I listen to the album and I really enjoy the song, and sometimes I listen to it and I'm just like, because and that's just because it depends on my mood, because it's so sappy. Like, it's so sappy. It
is.
And so sometimes, like I said, sometimes I hear it and I'm like, I really love this. I'm singing along. And sometimes I'm like,
This is when Chauncey's voice for me started to get on my nerves. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like he was fine on Good Lover, but this, I was just like, all right, yo. Like,
because he went a little higher on.
And I'm just like, like,
but he started it off.
Go lower, like for real, like you struggling to hit. That's why I was just like, this song is just starting to get on my nerves. But then I could find something good in the song and forget about the lead. And I was listening to Mark and Eric's background on this. And it was like, okay, all right, I ain't gotta pay attention to Chauncey. I've had enough. I'm Chauncey out.
And I think maybe part of it is sometimes it's points in a song where I don't believe him. And I feel like he's reading the lyrics off of paper.
Thank you.
That's what it is.
Thank you. That's exactly what it is.
There's a certain soul or a certain truth that is missing from it. But sometimes that doesn't bother me because I just get caught up in the lyrics. When I really pay attention to the singing, I get kind
of. I can see where you're coming from with that because just think about it. Yeah, because even like the first verse, between the first verse and the second verse, yeah, you can kind of feel that there's different energy. Because like he starts off more on the lower register, just saying, girl, I must confess that you are the best I've ever had in my whole life, whatever.
I know what it is. He's whining.
Yes.
Behind my heart.
Yeah.
Now,
I do think
that's what it
would have been dope to sing that.
Quality, which worked on Good Lovin',
right?
But it didn't work on this,
right?
I believed him in Good Lovin'. The
not
truth
so much
on Let's Stay in Love.
Yeah, and then you had Teddy Riley. He always got that like calm, like quiet voice. Like, to the good times in the back. Let me tell you something, girl. Stay with me forever. No more. Just stay with me forever. He's got the best part. He not only is he producing the joints, he's like, I'm just gonna say a few words and then I'm gonna just let my fellas
and it.
Right. The backgrounds on this song?
Oh, yes.
Everything.
Yes. Oh. And then when they go into the stay, and then you hear Charles go, I
was like, oh God, see,
yeah,
he messed up a moment. Like he messed up the moment. Like I was just like, he wanted to just be showing he extra.
The background's so smooth, and then he comes.
I'm like, oh my God, will you go to the bathroom already? Like for real. Like I was just. Oh, I was like, please. Will you please? I've had enough. Like,
my favorite show of all time. Okay. Catch that with the R&B reps.
Look, now.
I just say it. I was waiting for a time to say it, but we got to there. So I was like, let me just say it. I had to say it.
Now. Now, we know what comes next. After Let's Stay in Love.
I have some opinions about this song, so y'all go ahead.
Now, okay. I think it's a dope record. I'm not tired of it like I would be, say, No Diggity. I do appreciate that they used A Dream from The Barge.
Right.
And how Teddy put his own flavor to it and made it, I don't want to say hip-hop, but definitely more modern for the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In my opinion. But I do like the song. I think it's cool. JR
laughed because didn't I just hear on a recent episode that that was my least favorite use of that sample?
Yes. That's why I'm laughing.
your least favorite use of the sample, you said?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean,
I usually like the use of that sample. I like Tupac. I like Mary's use of that sample.
It does have like a warped kind of feel to it to me. It's not like all the way sped up, but it's like, I don't know, it just kind of sounds like warped, if that makes sense.
And I say that, but I don't dislike the song.
Right.
However, I feel like the sample could have been reworked a little bit better because that's usually where Teddy shines. And I feel he did get a little lazy on that one, in my opinion.
Right.
Compared to other people, he did fine. But compared to what he does,
right,
I felt he could have did a little something different with it, especially with it being so recent that the Mary and the Tupac had happened. I mean, that the Tupac had happened.
Right,
Like,
right.
it was already such a widely known sample.
Yeah.
You know, a widely sampled record anyway.
Right.
So I thought he would bring something different to it. And I feel like if he would have reworked it in a different way, that it would have worked for me.
But you know what?
Big song for them. And I don't hate the song, but I don't love it like a lot of people really love it. Because people love that song. And I get it. I do get it. And I don't begrudge them. But it just don't do it like that for me, especially compared to the rest of the album.
This is the song that made me stop listening to the album for a while.
Wow.
And I'm gonna tell you why. Because when I first heard it, I enjoyed it because I love the back and forth again with Eric and Mark. I love that. I was like, yo, they going off. And you know, Mark takes it to church. But what took me away was they had this everywhere. And everybody was just like, and this is even before it became an official single. People was talking about this record. It was like, don't leave me. Yo, another level. And I'm like, so, you know, during this time, I'm still on SWV's New Beginning. I'm still on Aaliyah's One in a Million. I'm still on a New Edition that just came out like a month ago with Home Again. So I'm still there. And then you got people saying, well, don't leave me. If once you listen to that album, you ain't gonna care about any of these other albums. And I'm like, wait, what? Huh? Like, no, like this is, and I mean, a lot of people saying that. That's why I'm glad that Elise said that a lot of people really love this song. So for me, I did like it. But then after people, and by the time No Diggity, because I don't think this single didn't come out till like January of like the next year, because No Diggity was so damn huge. Like, it was that's why they had to win a Grammy for the damn song. Even the mainstream had to give them that much. Hello. But it was just like, you know, it was just like everybody was playing this record and it started to make me listen to this album. So after a while, I kind of left after this, because then you watch MTV Jams, you watching Planet Groove, you watching all of this, and it's all over the place. And I was just like, I can't with this. And people thinking like, yo, they got the best album out. And this is the time, like, y'all be on Twitter, how these stands would be like, oh, this album is better than everybody's out there. And I'm hearing that all over. So it was like, I don't even want to listen to this album no more. Like, y'all turning me completely off. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even want to do it no more. And it was this song. And it was just like, oh, y'all, I'm done. But again, it's a good song, but it just made me hate this album because of the fans of this album. You know what I mean? They would stand them, and that bothered me. And I was like, I gotta leave. I can't do it. And I left the album for a while. I didn't listen to this album until I got to college. That's how much I left it in the dust. It was like, I can't do it no more. I can't. No, I'm good.
See, it's funny that the song's called Don't Leave Me, but it actually made you leave. I don't know how that was supposed to be.
Right, it wasn't supposed to be that way.
It's cold. That's cold.
Right.
I'm glad you came back to it.
Yes, I did.
But yeah, I respect that though.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah. You on mute, sis.
Oh.
You on mute, sis.
Hey, y'all.
Hey. There she is. I was like, where'd she go?
You gotta catch all of it, y'all.
Look. Man.
So this album came out. It actually came out at the beginning of my senior year. But I didn't get the album until Don't Leave Me came out about that time, because this album came out a week after Hurricane Fran hit North Carolina.
Oh
Oh,
wow.
wow.
And so, like, people, and it hit us bad. Like, people didn't have power for like a month,
Oh,
some places.
wow.
Damn.
And so you don't want to buy no record. How the hell I was gonna play it? You know?
right.
Yeah.
So it was a while before I got it, and
Okay.
so when I got it was around the time you said like came out like around January.
Yeah, like January.
That song. So then that's when I got it. And actually, this album I ran it into the ground. However, when you're young, you got no money, and if your parents ain't buying music, you ain't got but so much. And so
Different times, the kids would never understand, yo.
Yeah,
Look.
man.
So whatever you had to roll with it.
You had to live with it. Even if an album you didn't like, you had to live with it.
Yeah.
And now I had more albums than the average kid because one, I always been a music lover, and two,
Right.
I had a job. And I worked in the mall, so I went and got records.
Mhm.
You know, after the hurricane, nobody was working. It was a lot. Like it hit this area really bad. Like we didn't even start school until a month after we were supposed to start my senior year because of the hurricane.
Okay, gotcha.
Wow.
Damn.
I just had to insert that in there because
Oh yeah. See what Don't Leave done made everything happen. You see that? It's that song. I'm trying to tell y'all. I left, and see what happened to Elise during that time. See, Don't Leave is bad, y'all.
I think No Diggity caused the hurricane because it was already out.
Like Alicia, I hate this show.
I'm glad y'all watch it, but I don't understand. Thank y'all.
Yeah. Now, okay, so the next song after Don't Leave Me is one of my favorites.
I gotta take off my glasses for this.
Oh, and I know JR probably will appreciate the very beginning of the song.
Of course.
No? Okay. Oh, and then Never Gonna Let You Go.
Let me tell you something.
Look, talk about it.
Oh my God. Listen to me. This is my favorite Blackstreet song, period. Let me tell you something. I'm sorry. Mark Middleton showed his complete ass. You hear me?
Yeah, he
His
did.
complete
Yes, he did.
ass. Like he went off. And y'all know, look, I'm shady and I'm going to say this. So I feel like this.
Before you go into that, I have a question.
Hmm.
You're shady?
You didn't know? Really? I'm that good, huh?
I forgot. You have to be reminding me.
I hate it here. I really do hate it here. I hate it. No, you know what? I feel like this was Teddy Riley saying, this is out before I let you go. Because I think a lot of people was thinking, how they going to do this? How they going to give us another record like that? And Teddy said, you know what? I'm going to let Mark Middleton eat this song up. And then I'm going to be like, hey, Dave, what's up? Like, you left us, but we got us a great ass vocalist. That's what I feel like. Because I'm like, I find the shade in anything. So Teddy might have not even been thinking like that. But for me, I'm like, before I let you go, never gonna let you go. And then you got Mark, your new lead, the new guy, come in and eat this song. And Chauncey, he didn't stand a chance. Just saying.
No, he tried.
Yes. Oh, he tried. And it was like.
But one thing that I do appreciate about this album is that on some of the songs there were bridges, and there was a bridge on this joint when Chauncey starts singing.
What's the bridge? I forgot.
Oh wow, here we go. See,
I only get to hear them every now and then.
Now I hate it here. You know what I'm saying?
it's so few and far between. So I ain't even picking on you. I'm picking on the current R&B culture.
Oh no, I got you.
It's a mainstream bridge. I hear underground bridges, but what are they like in the city? I know they are like in the countries and the villages.
Yeah,
that's
you know
right.
what?
I love
Sean
it.
was saying the
They
same
like in the
thing.
metropolitan area.
Listen. Sean even said this. Sean from Boys and Men. He was like he was in the studio with a famous producer, and he was writing a bridge, and the producer was like, "We don't do bridges."
I heard about
He said,
that.
"Huh?
Yeah.
Oh." He said, "Well, damn."
Okay, so here's my thing. What's the opposition to it? It's just a lazy thing?
Mm-hmm.
What is it? Is it a lazy thing?
It is a lazy thing. You know why? Because like we said, I've been saying, Mark comes out of a bridge flawlessly. You got people now that can't come out of a bridge flawlessly. That's the problem. When you come out of a bridge, you better eat it.
And they can do it.
Huh?
Bring background singers back and you can do it. Have them come out.
You got a point there, girl. You got a point there, girl.
But yeah, this joint right here. I'm so glad Mark took lead on this one because I felt like this was made for him to do so.
And when they did it on MTV Unplugged, when they wearing these blue Sears jacket and they wearing their TJ Maxx khakis, girl, what?
You're a whole fucking fool, yo. Why do you like this?
Oh my gosh!
I think it's something about when we had Keith on the show. This is Keith. We have no behavior.
Hey, look, I'm just saying, don't leave, okay?
Cause it's the truth. Y'all look at them, y'all know those was on the clearance racket at Sears. Like, come on, y'all.
He says Sears.
And y'all Sears ain't here no more.
Yo, he didn't give him like at least like a belt jacket or fucking
members only.
At least I mean, you could even gave him JC Penney. Damn.
You can tell. And you can tell whoever they stylist was, make sure they ironed it in the right places.
Mm-hmm.
For real.
Montgomery Ward.
Why do I think this is drink wine? I ain't gonna be no good when we get to the end of this.
But no, when they did it, man, Mark went off. And I love how, Chauncey and because Drew Hill do this a lot. They tell you who's about to sing next.
Yeah. Yep.
They be like, Chauncey, help me sing the song, or Mark, help me sing. Like, it's like they telling you who's coming up next. Who gonna be? You ain't never heard Teddy sing, did you? Okay.
No, because Teddy's like,
maybe it was me.
No, because Teddy's in the background like, yo, Mark, go ahead and take care of this for me. And then Mark's like, I got you, bro. And he's, I regret the moment.
Hey, that's one thing Teddy knew how to delegate. Shit.
Yeah.
If you know you can't do the job well, you outsource that to somebody who can. He knew not to be singing all over these records.
That part.
Teddy a fool, but he ain't no damn fool.
Right?
he a damn fool though, but he ain't no fool.
I got lots of love and respect for Teddy Wright, but he would be a good narrator for the documentaries on National Geographic because he's got that calm voice. You know what I'm saying?
Legit. No, I agree. You stupid, but I agree.
I'm dead. I'm done. I'm about to do this. This show is over.
Welcome to National Geographic, where the music is provided by Blackstreet. No diggity, no go, no doubt.
Wow.
Okay, so now I love this show. I love it. I understand why all of you watch it. It's great. It's no diggity, no doubt.
No doubt.
Play on.
Play
on, players. Play on, play at it.
Wow.
Oh God, y'all, we didn't even get half the album, yo. Y'all getting a lot.
It's album long
now.
Shorty, please get down Oh, good Lord.
Good Lord.
Good Lord.
Well,
Hallelujah, good Lord.
That is my peeps. And we do decide to roll deep, flying first class from New York City to Blackstreet.
To Blackstreet. What Blackstreet at? What city? Where that at?
Don't be coming for no Queen Pen. Don't be doing that.
I ain't coming for her. I'm asking her
No.
Yes,
What do you know about me? Not a motherfucking thing. Okay.
Not one damn thing. Not even
one damn thing. Mm-hmm.
Ask for her. She be the pinky diamond ring. Y'all ain't hear her. We the baddest. She the baddest, yo.
We do be the baddest clique up here on the scene.
Okay, so can I make a confession? The best part of No Diggity is
Queen Pen. Yes.
Yeah, she came off on
and
that.
it ain't even close.
Ain't even close. Okay, you said it. Thank you.
All right.
Yes.
But that was her debut.
Yep.
Basically to the public, right?
Like, it was another female. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like we needed another one. You know what I mean? Because having Foxy and Kim at the front hall of it all right now as this new thing. You know what I'm saying? The new girls, they ain't it. So now you got another new chick. It's like, oh, okay. We introduced to her. She on this record. It's like, okay, cool. What's she about? You know what I mean? So that was good. That was good for Teddy to bring her in. That's how you introduce her. So that was dope. That was dope.
For sure. No, you guys did make a point though. This album is lengthy.
Very, yes.
Because like if you had
there's some things that's not needed, and oh baby, we gonna get there, baby.
Yeah, that's true. Because
first and foremost,
yes.
And Jared probably know what I'm coming. All of their interludes.
Look,
one of them interludes I didn't like at all.
I know which one too, and I
think I may know which one, but I have to see. But yes,
I can't wait. I just know. I ain't asking, but I just.
Oh yeah, you know. Oh, you absolutely know what it is. Oh, you know. Oh, you definitely know.
Look,
I know my brother.
Yeah.
Look,
surprise me, but this is going to be not going to surprise me.
I'm not a huge fan of like a bunch of skits and interludes. I appreciate it sometimes, but I feel like because this album already was long, the interludes just made it longer.
Yeah.
If your name ain't Velvet Rope, I don't want it. I don't need it. I don't want it.
Now I will say this too,
real
quick. Speaking of like interludes and skits or whatever, I have a really good friend who's a producer and an artist, and he makes his albums where he includes skits and interludes, and it makes sense because the albums are conceptual. Right. So that I appreciate and respect. Blackstreet, I felt like they was just kind of all over the place. They had Teddy's daughters all over the project.
It was cute. That one was cute. I'll take that. Yeah. I'll take that. Right. It was cute. It was like, oh, like, okay.
But I think there's one definitely that did not need to be on as an interlude. And I know that comes later. But going from Never Gonna Let You Go to I Wanna Be Your Man. I like this joint. And I like how, again, he interpolates Float On.
That's the least favorite group. No, how many times you listen to their albums in full?
Yeah, I will fight you in your face, in public, in front of the police.
Hi, my name's Keith, and I'm a Pisces.
Hey, Keith, you ever heard of this whole album?
I have not. No. Itself is like 15 minutes. They floated on for a long ass time just off that song.
Don't ever do it. If you value your eardrums and your spirit, if you want to be able to go on.
Oh gosh.
Well, if you listen to it on your best day, because if you listen to it on your worst day, it's gonna be some problems. Like you better be in the best of mood. It was the best of mood. It was the worst of mood.
Thank you. I wanted this moment. I wanted it so bad.
Yeah, I can see why. This is a good moment right here.
But yes,
y'all like this song?
I do.
I like it.
I like it. I do.
And I think Eric did a good job singing on this
joint. I do not like it.
Oh, you don't like this song at all?
I don't.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I like it. I mean, you know, for me, I think, you know, this whole album, the brothers was begging. They was begging for it.
Mm-hmm.
I needed them to pull out of the sappy for a second. And they
okay.
And they went deeper into it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying emotional. It's a difference between emotional and sappy. Sappy more airs on the side of corny for me. And that's different. That's different than vulnerable. That's different than sentimental. It's like ain't even a fine line. It's a thick line for me. Like
So now, if you had the cassette, right? I remember I Want to Be Your Man basically being the last full song on side A. And then it goes to the, you know, quick interlude with I think it's Teddy's daughter singing, you know. Yeah. Yeah. Now look, the next joint after this, I wish was a full song, and this is one of my favorite songs from Blackstreet. Even though
Paradise.
Look, man,
I love that record.
I agree.
How it just starts off with
what they could have did on that?
Yeah,
that would have been deadly.
You see, if y'all saw like the behind the scenes that they did, and they just at the piano, and Teddy's playing the piano, and Mark goes for blood. And I was like, why wasn't this a whole song? Like,
it makes me so mad to this day.
Oh God, they could have. This song was so dope. It was so dope, but it was an interlude. I was like,
I'm so mad. And again, Mark coming through with the clutch at the end, he's just going off. And then they come in harmony to end it. Oh, it's like
it should have been a whole song. I agree. I agree.
That would have
got such a jazzy feel to it with the like little bounce to it. Oh man. Oh, it's
and
like
imagine if they'd have made it a whole song of what they could have did on tour with it to be just
right.
And Mark could have just let go on this record, yo. Because just the behind the scenes joint, because I put that clip on my Twitter maybe about 2 years ago. And he goes high, and he's eating it. And everybody just looking at him, and he just going off, giving you that church. And I'm like, that could have been the second verse going into a bridge. And I was just like, why, Teddy, why?
He hits these runs that I'm like, oh my gosh. Like,
that
what planet are you from?
He couldn't help it.
He is. And
then
there's another cute interlude after that with the poem. It's like, how a true friend feels. Support of the mind, body, and soul. The flower of a root that will never grow old. Love is something very special and fine. You can't touch it, press it, spell it, money can't buy. Dedication, trust, the heart shall reveal. But words can't express
never come back.
The way a true friend feels.
You banned from TV. You banned from TV because of that moment. No, you can come back as many times.
I hope he know.
Know that.
Yeah.
Know that you're a permanent fixture. But yeah.
Look, if this is gonna be my last time,
go to hell for that.
I'm gonna make it worth it, okay? I'm gonna make it worth it. But okay, now.
And now we come maybe my least favorite song on this album.
That's mine.
I would play No Diggity before I would play. Because at least with No Diggity, I can dance.
You know what? This
have
is
fun.
Now y'all know I'm real iffy when it comes to them, right? Y'all, this is actually one of my favorite Beatles songs.
Ooh, okay.
So for them to try to flip it like this, it just didn't hit for me. It just didn't hit for me. I knew what they sound.
He trying to be fair to me. That shit.
You're banned for 5 minutes. She's a mess. So this to me, I'm like, they didn't sound bad on it. I see what they were trying to do, but it just didn't connect to me. And I was just like, yeah. Didn't I tell this child she was banned? Didn't I tell this child she was banned
you did.
for 5 minutes?
For 5 minutes.
Yep. She's a mess. No.
I gave you 20 seconds. That's
yes, you did.
Oh, Lord.
You know what it is, too? Well, I mean, I might prefer the Beatles version because it's one of my favorites from them. But I'm glad that they approved it. I mean, that's the least they could have done.
Was that when Michael Jackson owned the catalog?
Oh, absolutely. Catch all of it.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
During this time, was Michael Jackson owner of the Beatles catalog?
Yes, he was.
Oh, that's what I just asked him.
That's what he just asked.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I didn't even.
Yep.
My bad.
He
So
owned it since 1984.
Okay, so that made
85. That's when he got it. He ended up getting it. So, I mean, they might have wrote it, but they had to go to Michael to approve it. I love it when they got no choice. How Whitney said it. I love it when they have no choice.
When they have
Mike said, run them coins.
Run them. He like, okay, you can approve it. But Teddy and them probably was like, no, we ain't going to make this no single. It's going to stay on the album.
Now, when this album came out, and like I was saying, this was an album that me and a lot of my friends, we would listen to and just sing along to and stuff like that. Like, I appreciate their remake of Can't Buy Me Love because of that, because we would, try to harmonize to it and whatnot.
You sound like Sin.
I know.
Yeah, you sound like Sin, because he said that was him and his friends. They would try to do the harmonies, they would do all of that, and it was just, it's very important for him. So I get it. Now, I will say, though, in addition to that, though, especially preparing for this episode, I feel that while it's not a bad version, I feel like it could have been kept off the album. It could have been maybe put on a soundtrack or something like that. You know what I mean? Because I feel like with the rest of the album, I don't know, it just doesn't really necessarily fit. And I get that they were putting their own spin on it, but I don't feel like it should have necessarily kept or stayed on the album. I got you.
I think about it. Because I mean, they had this remake on another level, and then on the first album they had, Loves in Need.
Loves in Need, and they ate that. Yeah,
you know what I mean? So,
yeah.
But I think with this one, it's like, because Can't Buy Me Love, it's more just up tempo in this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where, you got Chauncey, trying to croon, talking about, say, don't now be satisfied. He didn't say it like that. I just had that little spin to it.
You're banned for 5 minutes.
All right, Dan. Hey, I'm getting banned a lot on this episode. Damn.
I will be the only one talking for the next 5 minutes because y'all two is a mess.
I'm gonna just be pausing like. Y'all gonna be like, you frozen, bro. Nah, I'm banned for 5 minutes.
Oh God, but yeah, I get it. They sounded good, but it didn't work for me.
Now I feel the next interlude
it's some bullshit. That's what it is. It's some bull.
Why is it on there?
I don't look. I think during that time.
Cut?
What's that?
How did that make the final cut?
You know why? You know why they did that shit? Because he felt like everybody was gonna ask what happened to David and Levi. So he wanted to put that in there. But if you were gonna do that, you should have opened with it. If you were gonna do that, but you shouldn't even did it at all. Like
say it in the interviews, say it in the line of notes. That's what
yes.
CD booklet.
Exactly. I was like, Teddy, you went too far. It was very corny to me. And it was very whack to me. I'm just be honest, it was whack. It was whack to me. I'm like, you talking to fans, and I was like, because mind you, when I first heard it, I said, okay, they on the radio. I said, I know where this is going. I was like, I already know where this is going. And then that fan asked that hi Teddy, we just want to say we pray for the members that left. And like, I'm like,
you almost got a spit take right now.
He's like, yeah, we trying to stay long lasting like the Temptations. This is what we are and this is what we gonna do. So yo, what's up with the God joint, man? Well, right now it's all about Blackstreet. I'm street in Blackstreet, or I'm black in Blackstreet, or whatever. Chauncey's black in Blackstreet, and I'm street in Blackstreet, and we got E, which is Eric and Mark Middleton, and this is what we gonna do.
That was so corny, yo. Like, I was like, Teddy, no.
All I gotta say is, Keith, get on my fucking nerves.
Yes.
That's all I had to say.
Yes. I done made it.
Right. Like, he right. It was like,
I made it.
I done made it. I got on Elisa's fucking nerves.
Oh, yeah. You in. Oh, you are in.
Ooh, and if the caption comes through on the joint too, oh snap, I done made it, son.
I ain't putting no damn caption. Just out of spite. I put a caption after this, just out of spite, to let you know that I remember.
I cannot.
The North remembers.
Look, it ain't my fault that they wanted to do a radio interlude. And by the way, is it just me, or has that radio station not come back since? When has someone done a radio interlude on an album and have actually came back? I ain't heard one.
Don't worry, I'll wait.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Talking about, and then the dude was like,
this shit long. This shit long as a song.
Yeah, because they was trying to find out.
Yeah, like how many? It's like 3 minutes. Yeah,
it's longer than My Paradise, which makes me mad.
Right.
And then you got the dudes like, this is Morris Baxter the Hawk. I was like, no, you ain't Morris Day, bro. You ain't Morris Day. And then they got people calling and talking about, hey, I was waiting for the new members. Y'all single? Oh, okay, that's for Eric and Martez. Yo, what's up? This E, and I'm definitely single, baby. And she said, hey. And then Mark's like, how you doing? This is Mark. That's for me to know, for you to find out. But you stay sweet, kid. I was like, see? That's what you get for being nosy up on the radio. That ain't came back since.
I need air. Help me, Jesus.
Look.
This episode, y'all. I don't know why y'all stay with us. I get it. It's funny as shit.
Look, Morris Baxter. Look, I don't know where Morris Baxter is now. I hope he's hawking somewhere.
I have no clue. Oh God. Did we tear that interlude up the shreds? I think we did.
I'm sorry, but I think we needed to.
Yeah, I agree. I
mean, call it what you want to. If that's longer than an interlude that can be a full song, and this interlude ain't saying nothing, come on, man. Right. They still didn't find out everything they want to know. Teddy didn't be exact about what happened.
Right. He just
like Right On magazine or Sister to Sister
or Jet or Ebony. One of them.
Or write a book.
That's why I was like, you messing up the flow of the album for this. Like,
yeah. But thankfully they come back with what I think is a dope song, or at least I like the sample of this next song.
It's my favorite
it's our favorite record.
Is it? Is it? No, this is what I would call I done messed up record. You got to have at least one on the album, and he's admitting that he messed up, and now he can't get the person off their mind.
And I feel like, so this is 96, 97.
Right.
It actually had like a 2000s album feel. It was kind of like it felt. I don't feel like things sounded really like that at that moment. It felt very 2000. It felt what like a Jagged Edge and them tried to come and do.
Yeah, you got a point.
That makes sense, but it's proven
what
like
they tried to duplicate, but never could quite. Like maybe got it with a couple singles, but then like it's like okay, what else?
Right.
Like,
right.
Like I could hear them when Jagged Edge coming out and them doing that song, or even shit with the type of song, or like a Jaheim or somebody would do us. Like it sounded like a few years ahead of.
Yeah, like I could see like an Avant doing a record like this.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why like
Jagged Edge, Avant, Jaheim-ish type record before them.
Right, and that's why like y'all all said, and like Sin said too, Teddy was in his bag as far as production. You know what I mean? It was the production of this record.
Yeah,
you
he was a little ahead of time on this one. Not like, not a Missy level where you 20 years ahead of your time. Like, but he was like a 3 or 4 years before that was kind of the sound.
The sound, yes, absolutely. I agree.
Yeah, I agree
just
too.
like it.
It's a dope song. And I don't know how many daggone songs they mentioned about someone sucking on a lollipop at a bus stop. I mean, they did LL Cool J. You know what I'm saying? Now Blackstreet talking about lollipops at the bus stop. I'm like, come on, man.
I can't. I like what Teddy did. I like the part.
That joint though.
I like where he did the voice box, like in it. Like it enhanced it. It wasn't the focus of it, but it enhanced the vocal. Like you had the real vocals, and then you had that underneath it, not on top of it, underneath it, and it just it was like a really beautiful sound to me.
And Eric was so smooth on it.
Yeah.
Sin gave me so many. Sin gave me so many freaking things for this episode because, like he said, Eric should have been called Smooth. Like he was so smooth on this whole album for real. But this song, he got his smoothing vibe on. You hear me? Like Eric was so smooth on this record. I can't. Yeah. And this is Sis's famous body roll record.
That body roll.
If there was a slow body roll record, this the one for 1996.
Oh yeah.
The year of our Lord 1996. Yeah.
Yes.
And then you got Teddy Riley coming into damn. I swear, girl. I swear. And then it's like, come on, Teddy.
And I like that. I like how he came in because it made sense for the song.
Yeah.
This was a good one for Eric.
Tagging song, and you needed a little vocal. I love when people talk on the song if it makes sense.
Yes,
that part for real.
Or if it's in 1970s, it don't have to make sense. Just talk.
Yes,
it don't have to.
I agree.
I didn't realize this until a while ago that Eric, I think, was a part of a group called The Flex, and they were the background vocalist on Around the Way Girl.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Come on, Keith.
Because I think I could be wrong, but I think Marley Marl was like he had them doing background vocals on a few songs, and I know, or I read that on Around the Way Girl that I don't know if it was just Eric or if it was him and the rest of the group, but yeah, they were a group called The Flex.
Wow.
That's dope.
Yeah, they didn't put out anything that I know
Fun
of.
fact.
Yeah. Right.
But yeah, Eric's been around for a minute.
Wow.
He always got some shit.
Yes, he do. Yes.
Shit. I see you. We met.
Hey, I'm just wanting to get off being banned for 5 minutes.
Hey, just like I didn't respect it, you didn't respect it.
At all. No, you didn't.
As
None of you.
as you should have respected it. How he gonna tell me one half of the show, one half of the R&B representative, and tell you, our esteemed guest, that we can't say nothing to what? What part of the game is that? No. See, Judge is mad because I fussed at him earlier and I was wrong, and he can't let it go.
What? Oh, girl, I've been let that go. See, she's going to see her. See,
never gonna let it go. Oh.
She's so funny.
Damn, man, that's a song. You like that song a lot.
Right? Watch that. That's my jam. That's my jam from this album.
I'm not messing with her. I am not messing with her. I
didn't learn my lesson.
Okay.
I didn't learn it.
At least be having people scared to come on the show. People be on time. People make sure they on time. They make sure all this. We just got people afraid, sir.
Because I don't want her to ever be like she be at JR. Good. That's the precedent I was trying to set. Thank you.
It's all love here. My hand is up, okay?
What Terrence say? No.
Yeah, you don't even have Terrence Martin, a straight G.
Look.
A straight G, a famous nigga.
You ain't got to worry about me getting into my inner late great Bernie Mac. Like, I ain't scared of you, motherfucker. I'll be good. Let me tell you something. Naturally, at least I ain't fucking around. Her and JR don't be representatives. Let me tell you something. These motherfuckers ain't playing.
Y'all are a mess. Oh my God. I love it. I love this show. I love it. I hate it here, but I love it.
This is my favorite show.
Yes, because y'all is going in.
Hey, y'all, I hate this show, but it's my
Let me tell you something, Pimpin'. I really enjoy the R&B representatives, okay? I really enjoy them. And I enjoy this Another Level album from Blackstreet, okay? No diggity, okay?
You know what? What's the next song?
I'll give it to you.
You know what?
My second favorite song.
I fucking love this record. I love it because it takes me back. It could have been on the first album to me.
I agree. And I wish it would have came on earlier in the album.
I agree.
You know my favorite part of the song?
What?
You don't have to run. Okay.
Look.
Yes.
It's a feel good song.
It is. This is a red
and this
cup
is the part of the album where it's taking you back up. Because you would, like Keith said earlier, where you're entering the slow part, the kind of very sentimental, very sad kind of slow part, and this is it coming up out of it, because my fave, I Can't Get You Out of Mind, is very slow.
Yes.
Very slow.
Then
you're coming back out of it. And this is a good intro into that.
Such a dope, like, two-step joint. Like, this is definitely a red cup, two steps to the side with this. You know what I mean?
Like, I like it because, like JR know, I love a groove.
Yes.
It's got a groove for sure.
It's such a groove.
I love a song that I can snap to.
Yes.
And
I'll give it to you is one of those. Yes.
1970s, 80s snap.
Yeah. I bet you they was probably vibing like that in the studio though, with this record. You know what I mean? Like, just like this feel good. Like, I know my mama likes something like this. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's a feel good song. Any song talking about a digger will give me some shit. That's my jam.
You know what?
I love it.
I'm self-aware. If it's a song about a nigga giving me some shit that I deserve, that's my jam.
You know what I think about this song too? I think about this is like a worship record to me. And I can see ushers going down the aisle, passing the collection plate around, and they got a nice little this.
I was thinking about worship in a different way, but I'm sorry. I ain't saved and sanctified and bathed in the spirit, in the blood.
You ain't gonna go catch a sermon by Reverend Leon Love.
Leon Lonnie Love.
Right. Oh my God.
I was thinking about a different kind of worship, and I'm being silly, but I'm not. But in a worship like your lover worship,
Yeah.
like whatever you want, I'll give it to you. You don't have to ask. That's my perfect situation.
I think that's anybody's. I'm with that.
I'm with that. I got that. I love it.
Because even Mark says, girl, you shouldn't have to wait. Making love to you is such a natural thing.
You speaking my language.
Whatever you want to do, I'm here to please you. So don't you hold back. Yes. Now, he was talking on that one.
Yeah.
It ain't one lyric I don't agree with in that record.
And there's a bridge on it.
Oh my God. Don't you miss those? Like,
yes. Now, this next song though, I would probably, besides My Paradise and Never Gonna Let You Go, I'd say is one of my top 3 favorite songs on the album.
God.
That's a favorite, and that's my very close third. Usually I say it ain't close. Yeah. No, it's very close.
This is number 2 for me.
If you ask me tomorrow, that might be my favorite.
Happy Song Tonight.
Yes.
How it just starts off is just beautiful to me. And like just this is the type of song where I feel like if music were to be colors, to me it's a colorful song, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
It does.
Because just of what it's talking about, and it's an encouraging song, you know what I mean? To, in this case, Mark is talking to, his lady, just saying, hey, I've been there before where I felt all alone and all of this and that. And it's like, just whatever you got to do, just tonight, take those records off the shelf, play something special for yourself. Look, man,
I feel like, I feel like with this record, it's like, this is my life to me. Mm-hmm. This is my life to me, because it's like, he talking to his girl like, yo, take it off the shelf. It's going to be us, blah, blah, blah. But for me, like you said, that part, tonight, got to take the records off the shelf, play something special for yourself. So for now, gotta leave your troubles behind. Like, yo,
just
that's
or
me.
Just enough to ease your mind. You know what I'm saying? At least just enough for that.
Yeah, that's me. Time. Like, that's me, period. Like, I'm just gonna go to my record and play something just to forget about the bullshit that's going on in your life or whatever you're dealing with. It's your escapism. And I felt like this, to me, was such an inspiring record. So when I first heard it, I was like, yeah, you know what? And Mark is on it alone, solo, by himself. He don't need nobody else on it but him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? As you can see, you see Teddy save the ending for him. You see that shit. He got a lot of his solos at the end.
It made sense.
You know what I mean? So it was just like, but this record is like, this is my life. So I connected to the record as soon as I heard it. I was like, this. Now,
for me too, and this may sound crazy, like, I think it was great for Mark to sing it, but I could hear also like El DeBarge singing this type of song.
Yes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Just as far as like how it's produced, because DeBarge's production, to me, is very colorful.
It is.
Like, all this love me in a special way, stay with me, all these great songs they have. Like, I feel a great connection to DeBarge's music because of that, and because of how lyrically it's put together too. But with Happy Song, it just brings me to that place where it's like, it's beautiful to where it makes you joyful, but if you're going through something too, it could put you in an emotional place, but then it could also, I think, bring you back to just be like, hey, you know what? It's all good. Like, just take your favorite record off the shelf and just play it. You know what I mean? And that could be that song. Just to be like, hey, it's going to be all right. We're going to make it through it. I got you. You got me. We got this music. So let's, just be in the moment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And just
I agree.
let Mark do his thing. And how he's just singing over that joint, just right out the gate. Just tonight. Oh, woo! Them runs, yo.
That's what we, man, them gospel voice we had in mainstream, yo. It was a beautiful thing.
And how it ends too, like the vamp to the end, like and then the harmony. Come on, man. Look. And then I think the album should have ended with that. Instead of what it ended up with.
I agree wholeheartedly.
Now thinking about it, I think it should have ended with Happy Song Tonight.
I could agree with that. I could agree with that. I like, and the reason why
that's the only answer. That after that is
the reason why I like Mother Interlude, because for me, I think it was like my mom is the reason why I love music so much. So with that song talking about music and taking the records off and escaping, she's the reason for it. So then the next song is the interlude. So I was like, okay, I get it. Like, I had to make it work because, I mean, it should have ended with happy. Yeah, happy.
I mean, I guess I love it. I have a mama.
Right, yeah, that's probably just...
I was being asked.
You are a complete jerk. A complete jerk.
I do also have a mama, and it be her we know.
Now the moms on the record, like, I totally respect them just being on the record and just saying everything. There's this I think one of them was like, and God's gonna continue to bless you and something, and continue to get you through this rock and roll or something like that. And
that
then
was Eric's mother.
Was that Eric's mother? And then
Yeah.
Chauncey's mom just starts up, Chauncey, I think God, the way she said Chauncey, it's like, Chauncey. It was like, fine. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, she mean business.
Yeah.
And then here comes Teddy.
Singing since you were a little boy.
Yes. And every song you made, it became a hit. I think that was Teddy's mom or something. And then here comes Teddy, like, yeah, the Lord is real, fellas. I think the time is now. The time is now. Yeah, yeah. And then they like, amen, brother. Amen. So let's go. And then you hear like a door open or something. It's like,
yeah.
Are y'all going to the studio right now to record this song? Okay, I see what you're doing.
The Lord is real. Hey.
DeBar's got some love from Blackstreet.
They did, and that's why I said I like how you did that. How you said you felt like Happy Song could have been sung by DeBar's, because I'm like, well, yeah, they all over this album for real, because they did a dream sample. Then they did this.
Well, since it could have been sung by DeBar's, they could have left that off. Then they had a nod to DeBar's. And I ain't being Apollo. I ain't gonna not boo because it's a gospel song, okay? Because I don't care about all that.
And see, I feel like
good and bad is bad. I don't care if it's about God or if it's about fucking. I don't care if it's good, it's good. If it's bad, it's bad.
I feel it. I think the second
call me blasphemous, but I've been called way worse today.
Oh, please. And let's don't even talk about the people in the church any freaking way. You want to talk about somebody like Juanita Bynum? Let's stop right there. Or Kim Burrell with her broken shoe. You won't break my soul, but I'm gonna leave that alone. But
Chauncey.
Cheers.
There.
Chauncey.
I'm gonna stop. But what I can say about this record is, I feel like y'all remember when our artists used to do a gospel song at the end of their albums.
Yep. Yup.
I miss
Oh,
that.
yeah.
I miss that. I miss that. That they used to show that they were from the church, or they showed, you know, a little inspiration in the record. It can be the nastiest of nastiest albums, you know what I'm saying? But at the end, they were gonna give you a gospel record, you know what I mean, or inspirational type of record, you know what I mean? And that's what I appreciate about it, you know what I'm saying? Because I just remember those days where people used to just cover gospel songs, you know what I'm saying? And it was our R&B artists that was their nod back to their inspirations, you know what I mean? And when they were really out here singing, because I mean the girls and the boys don't do that too much anymore, because then show me that you can really sing, you know what I mean? Give me a gospel record and show me you can blow, and that would be dope. Sang, yes. So I mean, for me, I liked it. I was like, it's cool. You know what I mean? It's cool. But like, again, for an inspirational record like Happy Song, tonight, you could have ended it with that. Like, you could have. Could have been.
Now, I appreciate that they did the gospel twist to Time Will Reveal. However, I feel like the second half of The Lord Is Real, if they would have had that throughout the whole song, I think I would probably have more of appreciation for it. Because like the first half, you know, they sing the melody like on Time Will Reveal, but they just say, you know, Jesus is real, yes, he is real to me. And it's like, I appreciate that, but I'm like, I like the second half because they kind of just go into a whole nother direction. So, but I appreciate them for doing that. But yeah, you know, they didn't do that on the first album.
It could have ended about another 10 minutes ago. You know what I mean? Like,
because you know they didn't do that on the first album. They ended that mug with "Wanna Make Love."
That they sure did. Yes, God.
But yeah, no, it's a great album though, and like the lineup.
Agreed.
The lineup I feel was very solid on this album. Now, if it was a 5-member group, I would have wanted Dave to be a part of it.
See, I don't know how that would have worked.
Now with Mark and Dave, yeah, that probably would have been.
I don't know how that would have worked.
You know what I mean?
It would have clashed. Oh yeah.
Broke up all over again.
Yeah.
I mean, because they didn't switch like up to 3 times by the time they got to another level.
Yeah.
11 members.
Because then after that, then when they went to finally, after that, didn't what's his name?
So it was Terrell. I forget his last name, but it was Teddy, Chauncey, Terrell, and Mark.
And then they had different niggas on the tours.
Yeah.
Right.
And then on level 2, they brought back the lineup that was on another level, which level 2. The 4th album.
You said level shoe? Level shoe?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Here you go. See? No, level 2.
Level new? Oh.
Level
What was on that album?
Who was on that one?
No.
It was the lineup from another level. Yeah.
Don't know her.
Don't know her.
I think the song that came from that album as a single
actually, I do know her, and I wish I never.
Beef. Yeah. So, and I think currently now the lineup is, I want to say Chauncey, Mark, Eric, and
Levi.
Levi. Flo, and Shep. That's the current lineup.
Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike.
I really hate this show.
I love New Edition, people. Before y'all come at me, I love New Edition. Okay? Before y'all come at me, look.
Oh no, they know you playing because they know we love us some New Edition here. So they come on, that gang right there.
And they know I would have came.
Yeah, they knew. They already knew.
I'd have been on the left coast, running up. Yeah, I would have been on the left coast done enough because you had done run up.
Yeah.
Mm.
So with that, with this album, right?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I think a lot of people, when you talk about 90s R&B, to me, I see this album discussed a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So where would you put this album as far as 90s R&B? Where would each of you put this album?
Oh.
That's it's thing about the 90s. There were so many amazing, like I'll give it to it 90s. It was like amazing albums, especially by groups.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a tough one because I mean,
It's hard to rank them because I think so many of them brought so much different flavor. You got so many different personalities.
Right.
In the beginning where people were feeling a little more free to kind of see who they were.
Right.
Or at least, or be a different image. You know, it might not be they were different.
Because I'm like, with like top 20 as far as 90s, would you throw it in there?
I would.
I
would.
Okay.
Especially in the year that it was
too.
released.
Yeah.
Because I was looking, and just in 96 alone, there was so many.
Oh my God, yes.
That came out. So like, I think because of a more personal connection that I have with the album, it would have a higher ranking for me in that way. But overall, it would probably definitely be in the top 20, especially for the 90s. But
okay, that's what I was gonna say that too, because the impact of it. No Diggity will always have a big impact in R&B music, period. As crazy and as, you know, out of control, and like we said, we ain't never got to hear it again and all that. That song will have an impact. When you have a 90s R&B playlist or hip hop, whatever, No Diggity will be on there because you will see everybody singing the record. Everybody, white, black, green, whatever. That's why I said before.
In between, young.
Yes,
they do know that song. And that song has been on so many movies.
Right.
From that time until now, you still hear them. It's been on a lot of movies.
Yes.
It's on an advertisement right now, actually. I can't remember for what it is, but
it is. You're right, Keith.
You're right.
It is. For a commercial for something.
I don't know if it was an insurance commercial or something.
It could have been. It could have been, but yes, I know I seen it. I heard it on a commercial. Yes. So I mean,
it's like this is how we do it territory for me. However, it's musically better than that. It's annoying, but I can't deny the impact. If it wasn't for that, we might not have heard about Blackstreet again. Now, they might have still been putting out music, but we would have. Let me bring that back. We, as in JR and Keith Burroughs and Elise, might have known about it, but mainstream or even R&B mainstream might have never really paid it any attention.
Because you needed, and Teddy was right, you needed that single. You needed it for people to pay attention.
Genre.
Yep.
You gotta have you gotta have a big single.
How we was with the the episode when we talked to Chastity and how we was talking about Confessions as far as Usher. You needed that record.
As much as I don't want to ever hear that song again, I'm so glad that song happened because it made that album that I love so much, so good, be recognized.
Right, because they could have. Because again, Usher wanted.
You get no superstar.
Right. Usher wanted it to be burned, but that would have ruined the album. Nobody would have paid attention. So if Blackstreet would have went with "Don't Leave," which is a great single, but I don't think nobody would have really paid attention to it. It'd have been like, oh, okay. Mind you, you had all these new groups that were coming out. This is Drew Hill. This is 112. This is all these new male groups coming in. So you're focusing on something new. You know what I mean? And then Blackstreet, it was kind of like, okay, you know, whatever. But No Diggity was kind of like, it got you. And it was like, okay, we're going to pay attention to Blackstreet. We're going to pay attention to them. And this album ended up being their best-selling album. They won a Grammy for the shit.
Or a million, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Like it was a big deal. And I'm glad that, you know, No Diggity, because if that wouldn't have been the case, I wouldn't have probably got Never Let You Go, for real. And that's my favorite Blackstreet record. So it's like,
man, that joint.
Sometimes the song that you might not like or you might not enjoy needed to happen for something else to happen. You know what I mean? So
other things to break through, or for you to be able, like you said, for you to be able to discover.
Right. That part.
Because not as many people probably even knew that there was the debut album from Blackstreet.
Yeah.
And got introduced to them through No Diggity.
That might be the reason that someone discovered Joy and that became their favorite song, because of No Diggity.
Right.
It's those paths. It's those musical pathways.
That's good. Yeah.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, JR, guess where we're at?
Your favorite part of the episode.
Oh, snap. What?
It is.
I done made it. The word association?
And today's word association is going to be other big R&B hit, well, number one hits from the year of our Lord, 1996.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
And we're going to start off with another male group. And oh God, I know Keith will cut it. Okay. I don't even think I'm ready for my favorite part.
Oh Lord. Oh.
Just off the first one. Last Night by Asiat.
Okay. You know, I can see why you would probably be afraid that I was going to cut up. But in all honesty, I like that joint. I like that joint.
I thought you was going to cut up because I thought you was going to imitate it. No, I like that song.
I mean, well, yeah, there is that one part where dude, I don't remember his name, but he hits that like deep note. As we explore the treasure of love. Yeah, look. We explore the treasure of love. I miss your will. And then you got the next one like
I'm about to do a dark moment. I think I had a 12.
Oh God, Lord.
Look,
no, I'm thinking of another group. I don't. Let me check. I don't think I have it though.
Look.
No, I don't.
Look, there were groups during that time that would hit that one low note that just went deep.
Oh, you know what he said? I drank your wine
by the fire, or something like that. Oh man, look, Babyface, man, that dude is poetical, yo. He's like, I'm gonna be specific. I drank wine by the fire. Not just in a cup or, you know what I'm saying, but he drank the wine by the fire.
That was a nasty ass song.
Oh my God, her. Yeah.
Look, they were sneaky back then with them songs.
But it was a way to make it creative.
Yeah. It was still it was tasteful.
Yes.
But still nasty, low key.
Right.
But then they went to say they saw the moon and everything else. You know, it was like I was gonna get Ready or Not confused with Last Night. I don't want to do that. I saw the sun, the moon, the mountains and the rainbows,
the rivers,
rivers. Yeah, the rivers.
Catch that.
All of it.
Rivers. Explore the treasure of
Like they used to.
You better make sure you know how to swim. Let me tell you something.
Aha.
Where's the spoon? Okay. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh,
I
you know
love
how
Keith
funny
Burroughs
you
so
bastard.
much.
Oh, but no, I do appreciate last night from As Yet. And shout out to Mark Nelson too. You know,
Yes.
he
Yeah.
held it down. He held it down.
Yes, absolutely.
All
Yeah.
right. We're gonna stick with another guy group that we brought up for like 2 seconds. New Edition Hit Me Off was a number one, and it was
Ooh.
for 3 weeks in the year of our Lord, 1996.
Yo, woo, hit me off, man.
New Edition.
That album, man. That album is a dope album. I as New Edition, though, Heartbreak is my number one favorite album. Then I'll probably say Home Again is second, and then probably the self-titled album probably be third.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought for
But
Hit
actually,
Me Up,
Home Again is my favorite though, as far as a body of work.
yeah.
But my
Yeah.
sentimental favorite is Any Heartbreak.
Okay, I totally respect that.
But
And
Home Again is a better album to me. That's just me. But Any Heartbreak, nostalgia, and the moment, the zeitgeist is my shit. So it's my favorite, but it ain't the best.
Right. And I wish that the album Home Again would have gotten more of the recognition that it deserves.
Yes.
But even though there was a lot going on during that
There was
time,
a lot of internal stuff.
Right?
Yeah.
Because I mean, you got for the first time and so far only time, album-wise, all 6 members.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh man, yeah, this is gonna be epic.
Yeah.
And you know, it still did well, but I
It
think
could
as
have
far
been
as
a lot better if it wasn't
could've
a
been
lot of internal stuff.
There, you know what my song is. How do you like your love?
hey, that's that body roll.
Tell me what
That's Johnny.
How
Yeah.
do you like it?
Because I think Gerald Levert produced that one, I believe, right? I think Gerald
Yes.
Levert produced that one.
Yes.
You actually could tell just by the fact he
Yes.
goes.
It's got that.
That right there, tell you right there.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a Jerry imitation right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
He's feeling the
Wait.
spirit.
Hit Me Off is a dope song because I feel like it was able to
It's a good song. It's a
all
good single.
6 members. You know what I mean? Because you got Mike and Ron, you know, coming through with the bars. Even though Mike's like, yeah, baby boo, yeah, what's up with you? I want to
Sound like West Side Gun.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, dang, Mike,
Running
you
around
look
town that you
aggressive,
like
bro.
it with too.
Let me tell you,
What's that?
let me talk about West Side Gun took his whole style from Michael B.
Hey, yo. Now, look,
Yo.
I like West Side Gun.
Boom, 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 boom.
Boom, 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 boom. You know what I'm saying? But now I like
They're not so
how
bad with me right now. He don't know the difference.
No, I'm not.
No, like in a silly way. Yeah.
Oh, yes,
Like
I'm like y'all. I don't want to because I want to
can't
Mm-hmm.
really
quit
laugh
me.
because I be peeing. I don't want to.
You can't quit me, JR.
I know. I'm the. That's
Hey.
it. We.
Like I tell my booze, you fuck with me, you stuck with me.
We.
no, that's right. But I think Hit Me Off is a dope cut for New Edition.
Yeah.
I know it didn't get as much recognition as I'm Still in Love with You, which is another great song. Shout out to the legendary Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis.
Yeah.
That's our friend.
Look, hey, what's up, Jam? You know what I'm saying? Look,
Hey, Jimmy.
you know what I'm saying?
Well, I said it's like me. I was like, that's our friend.
Look,
Watch your step.
I'm envious of that in a great way.
That's our people.
I love Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, man.
Yeah.
Those dudes are
And mind you, they were able to work with all 6 of them.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and do some dope, cause like, it feels
it feels so good.
Just to start off the
Yeah.
album and all 6 of them.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, and you hear that Bobby Brown scream. You know
yes,
what I'm saying?
like, and they let
background.
everybody be them on the record. Like, that's what Jimmy and Terry is always good for real.
Absolutely.
I love that single. I love that album.
Yeah.
But hit me off though. They did a dope sample of it's a Bob James joint. I'm trying to remember what it's called. Storm King, I think. Is it don't front? Don't
open up. Don't.
You know what I'm saying? It's got that bop to it.
Yeah, Silky, they ate that.
That's a good ass song.
It's
It is, and it was current, but it also had, because in my house, everybody loved it, from my grandparents on down to me. That's when you know you got a hit.
And not only was it current, it still stayed true to who they were.
That part.
And you got each member shining in their different way.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yes, exactly. Ma'am.
So shout out to New Edition, and the Home Again album. It's a dope album, man.
Mm-hmm.
Dope album.
All right, next song. I'm gonna keep it with the men folk. Another #1 for 1996. And JR gonna pick on me. Keith Sweat featuring Athena Cage. No, just Keith Sweat, Twisted.
With cut clothes.
Yeah, with cut clothes.
Yeah.
Person. Yeah. It was or how about that and Nobody with Keith Sweat featuring Athena Cage, because they were right back to back.
Yeah.
It was only 2 weeks in between that both singles of those charted. So if anybody got smoked for Keith, did your artist do that? Okay.
Nah, I actually like both Twisted and Nobody. And I feel like those, what's that?
No, I said also.
And I feel like those are the 2 songs that when people mention Keith Sweat, most likely it's gonna be those 2 that get mentioned.
Yeah.
Although Make It Last Forever, the album, for me, that's my favorite Keith Sweat album, hands down.
Damn, but he's not talking about that album either. Wow.
I think I was fussing with you, but this is a while ago that we have not talked about a Keith Sweat album
yet. And
Keith Burroughs, let me tell you, namesake is one of my favorites to ever do it. I can't even front. I love him. His impact.
Oh yeah.
Even if you try not to recognize him, the impact is still there. You can deny it, but it's still there.
It's still there.
Because I mean,
because he might have wrote for an artist that you love. He might have produced for an artist that you love.
And he definitely influenced a whole generation of artists.
That part.
And mind you, this was during this time. This was his 5th album that he came out with.
This was kind of like the makeup, because a lot of people in '94, they was like, "Oh yeah, Keith, he done out here." He said, not so fast.
Not quite yet. Yeah, don't get it twisted.
That what album I want to talk about before this that I think people don't like. People do talk about Make It Last Forever, but they don't talk about I'll Give All My Love to You.
No, they do not. No, they do not.
That one right there, nigga.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That album is solid.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'll admit I slept on that.
You can argue with me about it, but you'd be wrong, and that's okay.
Yeah, but I think with Twisted and Nobody, it was a great introduction to a lot of people that didn't know who Keith Sweat was prior to that.
Yeah.
But again, it's those 2 songs that I think people now would be like, oh, okay, I know who that is. And with Twisted, I know there was 2 versions, I believe. The video version, which everybody knows.
Mm-hmm.
Then there was I don't know if it was a remix or just an alternative version that interpolated sexual healing.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But
I remember
I like the video version a little bit better just because it has a little bit more of a bounce to it for me.
Yeah.
And it just seems like it gives him more room to kind of just do his Keithisms, you know what I'm saying? Like, baby, baby, I know.
Yeah. No, 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 no.
No, you did me wrong. I won't need none now.
So, shout out to Mr. Sweat. But nobody though, it's like, man,
But
as
the
soon
way
as you hear that
okay,
beginning,
but I gotta be strong
No, you did me wrong.
when I thought we were real. I thought that was real.
Oh, you know, I love name.
Yeah.
You got me thinking.
oh, sorry.
Hey, if you got a song that every other element is good, you don't have to have a perfect vocal. If
Yeah.
everything else is going and that vocal is singing the song the way it's supposed to be sung,
Yeah.
it's okay.
I
So
agree.
everybody don't have to be from the church, but you have to be thoughtful of how you approach a song. You have to do the correct runs.
Right.
You don't have to be a stellar singer, but if you're not a stellar singer, you have to know how to interpret the song.
That part.
That's
And I think Keith Sweat was good.
it comes down to that. Interpret a good song.
Mm-hmm.
Like that.
Well,
I think he was good with making songs that were tailor made for him.
True.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Because I mean,
agree with that.
with Make It Last Forever, the first album, yeah, he worked with Teddy, and Teddy was able to musically create joints that, you know, fit Keith's voice. But I feel like once he got to the album with Twisted and Nobody, I mean, he was already, you know, like you were saying, JR, like producing for other people and writing for other people. So he knew, you know, what would sound best for him as well as for other
right.
people. So I think with Twisted Nobody, he was able to prove that because those weren't produced by Teddy Riley. I think, if I'm not mistaken, those were produced by him. So
Yeah, I think after the debut, Teddy was producing his own stuff. Like
yeah,
Keith will come in and maybe do a record or so, but it was Keith. He was doing the rest of his stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, side note, I like By Cut Closers and Dope Smoke.
3 decades.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
not only hit, like good songs.
Yep.
Yeah, he's got some joints well past the first album. So
Yeah. Oh yeah.
mhm.
I also kind of stand Keith Sweat if you haven't ever watched it.
Right.
And I know you watched this, so I know you know.
That's right. Well, no, I gotta give a quick shout out to the homie too, Edward Bowser of Soul and Stereo, because he's a huge Keith Sweat fan too, and he's all about R&B, and he has a dope platform too that shows love to R&B. But yeah, he's
we need R&B
We need to
websites.
bring him in for a Keith episode then.
Well, I mean, yeah, definitely reach out to him. But no, he's hilarious, man. Yeah, don't be messing with King Keith, as he says.
Hey, then we'll get along just fine.
That's right. That's right.
I hear people talk for, I be like,
I mean, I think he's an acquired taste, but you know, the boy's good. The boy good.
He's like,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm a creep because everything I've done has been male.
Okay.
I'm going creep a little bit into 97 because Blackstreet album was still going strong by 97.
Right.
In my bed, Drew Hill.
Ooh.
And we'll just talk about, because everybody let a remake. We'll just talk about the original.
I was gonna ask, are we talking about the original?
Yeah, the original.
Yeah, the original.
Which is great.
It is.
The
It is,
remix
but I
is
think
just so amazing. The remix is so amazing that people forget how great the original actually is.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like they just pretty much washed out the original. You know what I mean? But it's a dope slow jam. You know what I mean? And Cisco vocally did his thing. I felt that it was a dope song early on for Drew Hill to come out the gate with. I mean, I know they had Tell Me, but to follow Tell Me with In My Bed, I think was a really good choice. And
yeah.
was it
Absolutely.
not Babyface, but wasn't it
Daryl Simmons?
Simmons?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he produced that, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's got just I think all the right elements to
And just to think Cisco it didn't even like it.
Really?
He didn't like it.
See?
He said he's singing his frustrations out on the record.
You know what? I did hear about that. Now that you said that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. He said it on Drew Hill's Unsung.
Yes.
He was like, yo, he was like, he did not like the record. So he took all his frustrations out. I said, well, damn, you did a damn good job. But shit.
Yeah. But now that I think about it, I think about how he's saying it.
Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah.
That makes sense. Because he do sound frustrated, which is what the mood of the record is. Perfect.
Yeah.
You needed to be angry to sing that record.
I'm glad he didn't like the record because that made the record great.
Right. Because he put the emotion that the song needed.
Because that's a frustration record.
Somebody in your bed, you damn right I'm going to be pissed. Like the fuck? Like,
yeah.
You needed
your
that.
place?
Right. You needed that attitude. What?
Didn't even change the sheets.
Oh. Yeah, we pissed there.
Big man. Not big man, big man.
Yeah.
Better go to his laundromat and wash them sheets.
Well, at least put in. Just me.
I think it's a dope song, though.
Yes.
You put them in a hamper. If you got some backup sheets, I hope you got backup sheets. If you don't, what are you really? How are you really living?
That's why you should go to Bed Bath & Beyond.
Just for a couple few tips to you, because that ain't right.
Yeah. Or go to an Airbnb or something.
Do something.
Do something. Let me tell you something. I ain't scared of you, motherfucker.
And last but not least, and I only saved this one for last because it's kind of in the zeitgeist right now of what people talk about. Pony by Genuine in 1996. Excuse me, the year of our Lord, 1996.
Okay, now, hold up. I don't know if I can do this here, but
oh my God.
Let me see if I can, you know what I'm saying?
I'll be right back. Let me get some pop. We go pop some popcorn. You gotta do the.
Oh,
this has now become a
I can't.
JRA said shit for an hour.
You notice, have
right
you noticed that all those dance moves he did ain't none look like a pony?
Oh my God, yo, he really got up.
I mean,
yeah, but you gotta do that. You gotta.
Oh wait. Oh wait. And then hold up, and then.
Yeah, you gotta do the wink, but like a fucked up wink.
Yeah. He's like, damn, is there eye crust on my?
Like your contact a little off.
Oh, pony. Okay.
Oh.
Again, it's one of those songs that I appreciate the importance of it, if you will, because it, was the debut of Genuine. Dope production. It's one of my least favorite songs though, because again, it got played so much.
Yeah.
And I feel like he's got other songs that.
And the rest of that album was so good.
Yeah.
Pony probably the worst song on the album. And Pony not even a bad song. It got overplayed. And this still not, it's not the best song on the album.
Not at all.
Like, I love I'll Do Anything.
Have you met Only When You're Lonely? Have you met you know what I'm saying? All those songs.
Yeah.
Way better than Pony.
What did we just say?
Way better.
But what did we say just about Another Level?
You needed
Pony
it.
Needed it. He needed it.
Because if not, I would have never heard Only When You're Lonely. I would have never heard, you know what I'm saying? I keep saying that song because I love it.
No.
But yeah.
Tell Me, Do You Wanna? We wouldn't have never heard that. Nope.
Yeah.
So you needed Pony.
You wouldn't have got that. Because unfortunately, you got in that time and to now, you got to get one song that the white people like, or that the non-black people like, or the national people like, for your album to be widely recognized.
Right. Yeah. That part.
You can't do an 80s Freddie Jackson and just give it to your people and it will be a thing. You have to have a widespread for everybody, not just for what you look like.
Right.
You got to do a song for everybody. Or else people are not going to pay attention in the same way. Or you'll just have a very slow burn. But not a lot of people get even that. So
Right.
So I mean, same OG is my favorite Genuine song. Yeah.
As Gangstar would say, you have the mass appeal, you know. When you see the crossover, you gotta have that.
Yeah.
And on that album, Pony was that wide appeal song.
Yeah.
Like, I love I'll Do Anything, I'm Sorry.
That's probably my favorite on the record.
Yeah. And how they flip that.
That is my favorite on the record, yeah.
Yeah. But like, I think my favorite Genuine song is Same OG.
That's mine too.
That's a great song. It's not my favorite, but it's a great song.
Yeah.
It's up there for me. It's up there. Yeah. I'm a big Genuine fan. Period.
Yeah. Shout out to Elvin.
Albums. But because he never gave you another, he had big songs, but he never gave you another Pony, that people don't really give much shine to his later albums. Even though they were solid. First three were anyway.
Like, Differences, I think, is probably one that is recognized, but it's not on the same level as Pony, as far as.
No, that was his biggest song. So yeah.
You know, when you say Genuine, it's like, oh yeah, Pony, or you know, some Differences, or some may even say In Those Jeans.
Yep, that's right.
I even like that goofy ass song. That song goofy as shit, and I love it. That song goofy. I like it though.
I mean, but look, there's been some
I don't know why,
songs. Yeah, sprinkled throughout the 90s.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I like it because of the age I was when it came out. That's why I like it. Because I was right in the thick of all that.
All in the thick of it. All up in that thickness.
Yeah. That's when I was a young tender.
Tenderoni.
Tenderoni. Yeah.
Cutie pie. Yes. Marcus.
I love when Keith come on this damn show.
Yes.
But
oh man,
we appreciate you. This was so much fun. Like I
knew it would. I knew it would. I needed this after work for sure.
Man, I got nothing but love for y'all, man. Thank y'all again for putting up with me for about the album. You know what I mean? But now, man,
we're more than happy to do that.
Yes.
Well, look,
our main thing is when we know people know this stuff, that they care about it, that they'll research. That's what the fuck we care about.
Yeah.
Well,
That part.
yeah. Look, you got to be on your A game to be on the R&B representatives. Catch that. I ain't even got a glove. I just know I got to catch that.
Yeah.
I don't even play baseball.
Oh, Lord.
I love Keith Burroughs. But
Yes.
So for Keith Burroughs, we are gonna put his links to his wonderful things he does. He does his music through True School, and he does lots of fun things on TikTok and the Instagrams and the Facebooks.
Mhm.
Yes.
All that information in the video description. So please check him out. Please support the people that come on the show and continue to support us by sharing, liking, subscribing to the channel.
Yeah.
Every little bit helps. We love y'all. rnbreps.com if you want a t-shirt, or if you want to send us an email and let us know what's on your mind. If you have suggestions about shows,
Yes.
love y'all. And we will catch y'all on the next Catch That.
Hey. And then that's when the music go. Yes.
Dang.